If you're struggling trying to get into the real estate investing game and you're trying to find out, well, which credit cards would allow me to buy real estate and stuff, because a lot of people, they're using credit cards to buy real estate, but most of them, they're using the wrong type of credit cards, as well as they're hurting their credit. So I'm going to show you the right credit cards to use, but first I want to show you the best places to look for real estate investing. Now, here's the thing about it. You have bid for assets, right? So with bid for assets, the interesting thing, like right now, they have their county tax sales, all right? And it shows you like every state and the date where they county tax sales, right? So you can buy their tax liens, their tax deeds, properties as well. So that's the interesting thing about this and why I like it. As a matter of fact, as you can see here, like in Florida and different areas, Arkansas, they tell you like if it's land or if it's a commercial property or if it's something like that. Plus they tell you like if it's a commercial, all of those things that actually tells you. And so like you can bid on this stuff. Like this is a commercial property, and see with this here commercial property, check this out. This is in Illinois, Centralia, Illinois, right? So it's a commercial property. They want $24,000. So thing about it, you would bid, as you can see, it's $300, but you would bid on it, and you can use a business credit card. Now I'm gonna show you again the right business credit cards to use, because a lot of people are using the wrong credit cards to do this, and they're hurting their credit. Now, here's another place you can buy homes and stuff like that. And this is on eBay. You see this? eBay has homes you can buy. Now, some of you all may be scratching your head like, Houston, why are you showing me this instead of showing me the credit card? The reason that I'm showing you this, because you can go to that site I showed you, buy a piece of land, right, with one credit card. Say that you get $75,000 in credit cards, right, and business credit cards, okay? And like I said, I'm gonna show you where, but the thing about it, with these business credit cards, you can max them out. Long as you continue making your payments and stuff, it won't hurt your personal credit score. So being able to buy some acreage of land and say you get like I said, about $75,000 in funding, then you can buy some homes like this. You can put a toilet in it and stuff like that. Then you can rent it out and you can start becoming a landlord. Plus, like with these size homes and stuff, you can get at least 2, almost 3 homes on an acre of land. So that's the thing about it. So you can have your own little retreat close to a national park or something like that. As you can see here, here's a better diagram. Like these are the folded ones. It'll come up folded like that, but then it shows that and how it's open and stuff like that. So that's the reason that this should be exciting, especially like this time. A lot of people can't afford to pay rent, right? So this would be like some of the best alternatives to being able to pay rent. Here's something else. See this here? This is a prefab home here. A lot of people are talking about this now because see how much this house costs? $22,000. So you can max out a credit card with that. Plus, long as you're making your payments, and I will tell you a secret, guys. Some of the lenders I'm gonna show you, after 6 months, they usually may let you qualify for a line of credit. Some of them may let you do it after 90 days. So you'll be able to go back and get more money. That's the reason I was saying in a previous video that you can always do any type of investing with the right business credit card. So I'll put a link to that video. But check this house out here. So this is the house, but look at what it offers. You have your kitchen. See that? Where you gonna go and get a full apartment with a kitchen and stuff like that? That's actually yours for $22,000, right? You can buy a mobile home as well, but this here actually comes with the kitchen, comes with the bathroom and shower. This crazy, and you're only paying $22,000. And anybody, like here in California, they're relaxing the law so we can buy ADUs. Basically what that means is that like a mobile prefab, or we can have a house built on the property because of the housing prices here in California, so we don't have to go through a lot of the rules and regulations and stuff like that. You know, and you just tap into your water and your electric and stuff, and you're all good. Or instead of using electric, you may want to throw some solar panels up there, right? So that's the thing about it. Now, let's talk about these credit cards. All right, so some of the best credit cards that I see out there that I would get, and it is because not only are these credit cards giving you 0% interest on purchase and balance transfer for a longer period of time, but they're on the business side. And plus, like with US Bank actually sends you out a check. And so you can actually liquidate the money and put it into your bank account. So you don't even have to use the credit card. They'll actually let you use a check. So you have that alternative. So this is the US Bank Business Platinum, right? Here's another one they offer. This is the US Bank Triple Cash Rewards Visa. Now this here one is 15 months, 0 interest on purchases and balance transfer. 0%, that's free money. That's free money. That's what I'm talking about, right? And so with US Bank, they pull TransUnion most of the time. And it's a FICO 9. Sometimes they may pull Experian, but most of the time they're going to pull TransUnion, okay? So that's the good thing about this here institution, right? And you can actually apply for these here credit cards without actually being a member of the bank. Now, here's the thing about it that I was saying in another video as well. If you cannot get into US Bank, you don't have a US Bank, you can go through different other banks that offer like Elan financial cards, like Bank of California, right? So Bank of California, these here credit cards that they offer up to 18, their business credit cards, up to 18 months, no purchases on no purchases, balance transfer. The Elan, because the bank is issued through Elan Financial. And I'll show you here, it's in the writing, right here. Cards are issued through Elan Financial. So that's a good thing, all right? And usually Elan Financial, again, pulls TransUnion, FICO 9. Sometimes they'll pull Experian, right? But the thing about it, if you can't get into US Bank, then this is one of those lenders you want to go to. Now, for those of you that just so crazy, and here's another key about it. This is no docs, so meaning you don't have to show pay stubs, you don't have to show bank statements, you don't have to show taxes. So this is all stated income. So that's the reason this is great. Now, here's the thing about it. Like with Navy Federal. Like Navy Federal will give you a business credit card and a business loan as well. But here's the key for many of these here banks. You have to be careful with the NAICS code that you use. Because if you use the wrong NAICS code, if you use a company that has the word capital in it, it can be a red flag. Real estate, investing, those are red flags. So you don't want to use those type of business. You don't want to have those titles in your business name, nor do you want to have that as your NAICS code when you're talking about real estate. Here, they will pull your Experian FICO 9, okay, with Navy Federal. But here's the thing about it, why, like a lot of people run over to Navy Federal and they open up the business checking account just to get the card, and they're making deposits and stuff. The challenge with this is they do not report to the Business Credit Bureau. So all of your transactions that you're making and stuff like that under your business is not having a history to it, okay? So now let me clarify in terms of like Navy Federal. Navy Federal is a tier 3 lender. Credit unions are your tier 3 lenders. When we talk about US Bank, Bank of California, US Bank is a tier 1, okay? That's a tier 1 lender. Bank of California, it will fall under the tier 2, okay? So that's the difference in terms of the lending. Now, there's another bank out there, and this is Truist, right? So in terms of Truist business credit cards, you always want to look for the banks that give you free money, meaning that you're not being charged any interest on the money. Now, if you go past that introductory interest rate, then of course you're going to pay taxes over the money. But for the time being, like Truist is a tier 2 lender, right? Now, here's the thing about it. Truist, Equifax. FICO 8, right? But the interesting thing about it with True is once you get in there and you start building that relationship, they'll give you more money, more money, more money, more money. For those of you that know what I'm talking about from In Living Color, right? So this is one of the best credit cards you want to go out. Now, I would tell you, one of the things that I would do if I were you guys when approaching these banks, and like I said, a lot of these banks, you don't have to have an account with them. But if you could, I would definitely try to open up a business bank account with them as well as a personal account and make weekly deposits and stuff. Because all it's going to do is help your business bank rating. That's all it is doing. Now, another challenge for a lot of people in terms of like getting large amounts of funding, I'm talking about 100, 200,000, is because they may have a company, they're not on payroll, and of course, if you're not on payroll, hit the link in the description and we can set up your payroll for you. But that's the problem why you can't get over that 100,000, 200,000, because you don't have the right paperwork. You know, you may have a company that's been in business for 3 years with your LLC or whatever, but you never filed taxes. You never made any revenue, so you never filed taxes. So you're talking about, well, I got this company, but it's no good if you never file taxes. If you never open up the business bank account, it's no good. It's worthless. You might as well start over. And so by starting over, click the link in the description and I'll help you set up the proper structure in order to help you get funding as well. By the way, we're still working on a new personal credit ebook. That way, for those of you that sign up for our program, we'll be giving you that because there will be letters in there that you can start working on your personal credit for those that are interested. Now, here's another bank. This is another tier 2 lender. Again, go with your tier 2 lenders as your highest choice. The reason, like I said, I like US Bank is because they actually offer a FICO 9. If it's low-hanging fruit, that's where you want to be. All right, that's where you want to be. Now, with PNC Bank, the reason I love them, hey, Experian, FICO 9, but one of the crazy things about it, they have this here 0% for 13 months. Now, you're like, well, Houston, that's not a lot of time, right? But here's the thing I love about PNC, lines of credit. They are very generous and flexible with no hard pull. That's what I'm talking about. Being able to get access to money so that you can do your investing and stuff without having multiple inquiries on the credit file. All right, let's hop over here to BMO. Now, the reason I like BMO, and again, these are my top banks in terms of when I want to raise some money. If I say I'm going to go shopping for $250,000, I know what banks I'm going to go to. The reason is, and I know what I'm doing, because I'm going to spread it out. I'm going to spread it out to where I know that these here banks, okay, they're going to give me 50 over here. This one's going to give me 50. This one's going to give me 50 plus a line of credit, right? So now I know that I have access to all of this money, right? Now, one of the keys that I like to play, I would get a business credit card with 0% interest, use the money, invest the money and stuff like that. And then when that introductory period almost ends, then I would flip it over to another card, making sure that I also get checks in case I want to liquidate that card. Now with BMO Platinum, as you can see here, 18 months. Yes, unfortunately it is a FICO 8, but hey, here's the cool part about this, guys. You're looking at if you have a 680 or higher credit. I would like to show you where to start at in terms of funding. Who may be willing to open up the doors to help you get the funding you need to whether you want to grow personally or on the business side. Now, if you're one of those ones that really needs my help, I would encourage you to schedule a 15-minute, 30-minute, or 1-hour call.